Even in daylight, there is something uneasy about Trollers Gill. The gorge cuts a narrow wound through the limestone hills near Wick, where the sun rarely reaches the mosslick stones, and the air stays unnaturally still. Sheep graze happily above on the fells, unaware or wisely avoiding the gorge below, where trees grow twisted and silence falls too quickly. Locals pass the Gill in a wide arc. Maps name it plainly, hikers mark it for its natural beauty, but few dare walk its path after sundown, and those who do don't speak of it afterward. They say something waits there, a creature older than the village itself. A ghost hound, wrapped in darkness and clanking chains, born from curses and buried sins. No one remembers when the stories began, only that the fear never faded. It's said that if you walk alone through the gorge at midnight, the hound will find you. You will hear its chain first, then see its eyes glowing like saucers, wide and red and soulless. And if it gazes upon you, you are marked, and soon after, you will die. In the winter of 1881, the Barguest legend became more than a fireside tale. His name was William Eldred, a man as broad as he was boastful, a builder by trade, known for his pride and his fondness for ale. He mocked the villagers, called them superstitious sheep, and laughed off their warnings. One evening, with snow dusting the roads and fog clinging to the stone, he stood in the tap room of the Craven Arms and declared, "If there's a dog down there, I'll drag it out by its tail." And so, drunk and grinning, he set off alone to walk the length of Trollers Gill at midnight. The barman tried to stop him, so did the stable hand, but William waved them off. "There's no devil dog," he said, "just wind and cow dung." The clock struck 12. The fog thickened, and the Gill swallowed him whole. He did not come back. At dawn, when the sky was pale and trembling, 3 shepherds cutting across the moor found him lying on his back, just beyond the narrowest bend in the gorge. His coat was open, his shirt ripped at the chest, and his face was twisted in a rictus of horror, eyes wide, lips curled as if mid-scream. The snow around him was undisturbed, and there were no prints, no human ones, no animal, no sign he had ever moved. And yet, something had touched him. Beneath the frost, burned into his chest through shirt and skin, were 3 distinct marks. The impression of a giant paw, a deep round welt like a chain link, and a final mark, jagged, curved, like a snout pressed into flesh. He had died, they said, of heart failure. But the coroner's voice shook when he spoke. One of the shepherds refused to go near the body. Another refused to ever walk the moor again. A ballad was penned days later, a mournful verse whispered through the dales. Marks were impressed on the dead man's breast, but they seemed not by mortal hand. His eyes held night, his lips were tight, as if cursed by that ghostly hound. After that, the gorge was no longer merely avoided, it was feared. Fences were quietly erected to redirect walking paths. The tale became warning. Children were forbidden to play near the beck. Dogs whimpered and refused to walk near the opening to the ravine. But every few years, someone still hears the chain. In the 20th century, hikers spoke of strange encounters. One man claimed to see a dog the size of a calf watching him from the ridge above the Gill. But when he looked again, it was gone. Another described hearing, panting, close behind, though no one was there. Photographers found their camera batteries drained inexplicably near the gorge. And once, a child claimed a dog with no face followed her home. after she picked a flower near the spring. Locals still say, if you hear the chain, run. If you see the eyes, pray. But for heaven's sake, never speak its name aloud in the gorge. Even now, when the fog creeps low and the wind disappears entirely, some believe the Barguest is still waiting, shackled by old sin, restless as ever, and hungry for the foolish. If you enjoyed this eerie tale from Britain's haunted past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite legend or share a chilling local story of your own.